What's up, Z Maniacs? Ugh. You know how everyone names their fucking listeners? Like Jay Moore calls his listeners the Moriers. Ugh. I can't handle it. I will listen. I will never name the audience. You're better than that. You're not getting some corny name like my fan base. Wee! I do want to call. I think it would be hilarious if we called the fan base dickheads. Like we're dickheads. That'd be funny. That's I can get behind dickheads. I don't know. Call in. We'll talk about it. Guys, out of the gate. I don't know if you guys been paying attention to me or what I've been up to or what I'm pushing, what I endorse, what I get behind. Well, I get behind stuff I believe in because when you push product, you got to be passionate about it. I learned that when I was in radio. I remember I was endorsing. What was I endorsing? Qdoba. Qdoba, it's like a restaurant chain. And I used to do these commercials and I get free Qdoba. And I got to tell you, I got sick of Qdoba. And I'd still have to do these commercials with, and I'd fake the passion. I'd fake it. And finally I went to one of the sales staff. I think Tiffany was the person that I go, I can't do this anymore. I'm not into it. She's like, it's free money. Like, what are you doing? Just pretend like you like it. I was like, I'm not good at faking. I'm very bad at being fake. That's probably why I haven't gotten further in my career. That's probably why I flamed out in Hollywood. Cause I don't know how to be fake. I can't fake enthusiasm. And she's like, just act. She's like, but I always felt dirty doing this, like talking about how delicious this salad was or this taco. Like, I was like, oh, that stuff's disgusting. I got sick of it. And I wasn't that crazy about it in the first place, but it was free. My point being is, if you want to advertise on this podcast, send me an email. I've turned down 2 people already in the $100 sponsor. If you want a $100 sponsor this podcast, I'll give you the live reads. I will push it. And the listeners, I'm not going to fuck you over. I'm not going to fuck you over if I'm not into it. I tell you what I'm into, and you guys know this. Silk City hot sauce. I talk about this a lot. They're my longest sponsor. Here, look at this. I just pulled it up. Boom, right there. There's my hot sauce. By the way, this new batch is delicious, Jeff. He added a couple more ingredients in it. Gave it some more flavor, more of a kick. Z-Man's Mango Madness, Florida's greatest tropical sauce. Look at what you got in there. You got the peppers, the pineapple, the exotic spices. You could put it on Thai food, coconut shrimp tacos, burritos, barbecue chicken, salmon. I marinate my chicken with it. I marinate it. I also dip my chicken in it. But you can add right now, you can get Mango Madness 3-pack. And if you use a promo code, you get 15% off. And you can get as many as you want. Many as you want. Like I'm clicking the up button here. I can go up to 20. Oh, man. How many? You can get as many as you want. By the way, I'm out of Silk City hot sauce, Jeff. I'm not doing stand-up until the end of October or end of September. I'm going to be in Oklahoma at the Looney Bin for 2 weeks straight in Tulsa and Oklahoma. So I'd like to take some Silk City hot sauce and promote it on stage and after my shows and spread the word of Silk City. But use the promo code ZUMAC, my last name. You get 15% off your order. I think Jeff is still throwing in a free bottle of the Cherry Ciroc. I think he is. I don't know. He's going to throw something in. I guarantee it. And some stickers. Hit me up, Jeff. Look at all this merchandise. I'm on Silk City hot sauce right now. Get t-shirts. Bob Bickerstaff shirt. Look at this. I didn't know you can get. Look at this. You can get Z-Man's Mango Madness mask. You never told me about this. This is great. You can have my face on your face. Silk City hot sauce. Go bookmark it. And while you're bookmarking shit, bookmark chadzumock.com. Look at this new website. Look at this. New website, everybody. We're still working on it. Hold on. It's acting funny. Of course, it's not working now. I'm uploading something. Oh, there it is. Here we go. ChadZumach.com. Look at it. Boom. Now it's working. There I am. Boom. Represent. Got all my, gonna have my tour dates coming up here. It's got all my links to everything, my YouTube, my Instagram, Snapchat. There's a gallery. Go check it out. Bookmark it. I'm going to have a store soon. It's all coming together, people, brick by brick. And I want to give a shout out to the guy who designed my website, Alex Burton, who does phenomenal work. If you need a website, Alex is your guy. I think the link is on the website where you can click, at the very bottom of my website. You just click on Alex Burton. It'll take you straight to his site. And the guy does phenomenal work, man. And he's a big comedy fan, and he'll hook you up. Just tell him I sent you if you're looking to get a website made. Also, I want to give a shout out to my other presenting sponsor. You see this right here? This Sophia Perry Skincare. They're back. They're back. This is what it looks like for everybody that wants to. If you're watching on the video, Oop. It's an empty. I have an empty one. Sorry, didn't come prepared for this live read. I've been using Perry Skincare since 2016, and I always say this, and I mean it. I feel naked without it. My friend Lisa Stewart came up with this skincare product, and before this, like I didn't know about moisturizer or any of that bullshit. And she has her own salon over in Brecksville, and she was telling me the importance of this stuff, and I became her somewhat lab rat. I was one of I think a couple people that I guess for it to get approved, you have to go through this whole process. I don't know the process of skincare, but during the process, I got addicted to it to the point where after a shower, I had to put it on, and my skin looked great. I was getting compliments because look at me, I look like shit. But you put that Perry Skincare, I look pretty good. Looks like I'm glowing. But go check it out yourself. If you use the promo code CHAD10, capital letters, you can get yourself 10% off that order. And I think if you order over $100, you get free shipping. But yeah, go check it out. If you're into that stuff, if you got a wife, even dudes, it's important. We're getting older, man. If you're a guy in your 40s like I am and I'm still dating, you need any advantage you can at my age and my horrible life choices that I've made. You need any edge, any advantage. So go to perryskincare.com, use the promo code CHAD10, get 10% off that order. And those are the products I get behind. So if you have a product, an agenda, you're running for office, hit me up. Let's push you over the edge. Let's get you across the finish line. All right, let's get back to this week's show. Sorry about last week. It was a clusterfuck. Tyler couldn't do the podcast. I had 3 guests cancel. I'm going to make it up to you the next 3 weeks. I'm just podcast mode. So everybody on the Patreon, Patreon, sign up to my Patreon, guys, if you can, for extra content. You get this a week early. You get Mondays with Mazer, which is strictly behind a paywall. And I got new things coming, brand new things. So go to patreon.com/sitdownzumach. You can sign up for as little as $3, or you can be a $100 sponsor. You can be a $20 tier, $10 tier. You pick the tier. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your support. I want to thank Ken Mosca. I want to thank Tommy B. I want to thank our new a new guy just signed up in the $20 tier. I just met him over the weekend in Boca Raton. This guy's my guy. He's a big Misery Loves Company fan. He came out with his lovely wife, and I want to give him a shout out to Boca Chuck. Boca Chuck is in the house. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support on the Patreon, guys. Again, patreon.com/sitdownzumach. But let's get to this week's show. That's a wrap. All right, it's the Sit Down Zumach podcast, STZ. in the house, coming live and direct in full effect from Tampa, Florida. It's me, Florida's greatest, Florida's most wanted, the has-been baller, the man in black, the Lawson's chip dip consumer, the man who rides a Trek bicycle, the Z-Man, Chad Zumach. I'm here, and I'm with Tyler. He's back, baby.
What's up?
How you doing? You're back in your car.
What?
You're back in the car.
Good, man. Good. Yeah, I'm back in the car. I'm not losing you at all, am I? Like connection-wise?
You're good. You're good. I got an email from Erica. I forgot to tell you last week saying, I always like this. I always like watching the show because I want to know where Tyler is. It's like, guess where's Tyler's at? Like, it's where's Waldo?
It's a whole segment. Yeah, that's perfect.
You're always
time only in the driveway.
It's hilarious. And the reason why you're in your driveway because you said your kids are crying, right?
Yeah. Well, they just woke up, so they're not crying yet. But whenever they wake up, it's like it's 2:00, and this is usually when they eat lunch because of their nap. It's really exciting information here. And so whenever they find out that they're not getting a snack and they gotta eat lunch first, it's like all hell breaks loose. So I could be in my basement doing this with you, and you just hear it's like stampede, stampede, Earl. You know,
people always some people get mad that I don't change my background because I think the reason why I don't change it, and I could go get a new banner or a new poster. Because when I watch podcasts, which I rarely do, I just kind of I'm comfortable with how it looks. Do you remember when Rogan moved into his new studio, like the old one that looked like a spaceship?
Yeah, like the red.
Yeah. It bothered me.
Yeah.
I was bothered by it.
It looked really cool, but I wasn't actually a huge fan of that setup.
Yeah.
You know.
And now he's kind of back to his traditional setting where it looks similar to the old thing. But so I don't know. That's why I don't change. Maybe one day I will. We'll see. I need more money on Patreon if that's going to happen, people. Step it up. Damn it. All right, let's go off with the topics here straight out of the gate. Are you following along with what's going on in Afghanistan? That seems like fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not following along strictly, but I guess I was first surprised by two things. This is how little I know, right? The first one, I'm like, oh, we're working with the Taliban. And the second thing, I was like, I had no idea that Taliban and ISIS had beef. You know, for the longest time, I was like, oh, they're not the same. They're not the same group.
Yeah, I don't understand our world, man. I don't know where we're going as a society. I don't know why people are falling in line like they're falling in the line. And I said this on Mondays with Mazer on Patreon. I don't know why. Listen, I don't care who you voted for. I really don't. I don't give a shit. But how can you stand by this guy? This guy's almost dead. Literally put him in a home. He's an old man. He shouldn't be driving a car, let alone running the country at this point.
Yeah, but and that's where it comes back. It's like, okay, fine. But then you get Kamala, right?
But at least she has her faculties. She's awful, I think, my opinion.
So yeah, again, with what little I know, as I've only heard about how terrifying it would be if Biden did die and it was her. Okay. I don't know enough to know what makes her as evil as they say.
Well, her approval ratings, I think Joe Biden's is 41%.
She had nothing, right?
Nothing. No, she is hated. That's why they kind of keep her hidden because the American public do not like her. The black people do not like her. It's the fact.
Yeah. And I guess where I started going well, okay, I can see how these opinions are formed about her whenever she did she ever even show up to the border? Did she ever address that?
She did it in some weird interview where of course she was laughing and with her fake laugh. And she said something really, I forgot exactly what it was. She's like, I've never been to Paris. So this means something weird. She kind of dodged the question with a horrible, it was really difficult to, I mean, nothing about her is likable. I mean, I know they're going to push woman of color. She's a first female vice president. No, it's not flying. It's not working, guys. Sorry.
Right.
But it's just, I mean, it's just a debacle what's going on. I mean, the fact that 12 of our, our military was murdered.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like they botched that whole plan from what I'm reading that was like completely botched. It's like we're so weak right now as a nation.
That's difficult to hear,
Yeah. I mean, we're a laughing stock. People are looking at the U.S. like, dude, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Like, we don't know.
We really don't.
We're just trying to make, within our walls, we're trying to make everyone happy and go by he, she, whatever. And outside of there, we're just trying to keep our cool. That like, we're bad. We're in bad shape. Like, what? I'm still confused on how they said like we left all this equipment over there, but like permanently disabled it. I'm like, what does that mean? You unplugged the battery?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, we took the batteries out.
What the fuck does that mean? How did you permanently really? Like they don't have a mechanic over there that can maybe fucking figure it out?
Yeah, I think they can figure out the missile. They'll figure it out. But the fact that that's our tax dollars. We just say, fuck it. We bought that shit.
Yeah. Some of the fucking planes that they have now taking pictures with. Yeah.
Now the Taliban, they're going to go on YouTube and get a tutorial on how to fly an Apache helicopter. And then it's going to, it's a fucking nightmare. And now it's this is breaking right now, but it says Biden is blocking the rescue of over 86 Americans who are trying to fly out of Afghanistan.
I mean, what would a good reasoning be for that?
They vote right. Republicans.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It's just I was never really political until like this. I mean, you can't run from it now. It's like you have to form an opinion, and you're never going to appease everybody. And a lot of people speak in their little echo chambers, and it's so divided with politics. And I don't want to be divided, but I also come from you and I are kind of on the same page. Like we're kind of in the middle.
I'm just trying to use common sense. Exactly. That's
logic.
Right. And I can smell bullshit on both sides and I'll form my own opinion from it. You know what I mean? Like I've never understood the like, well, hey, if I'm going to say I'm Democratic, I'm fucking all the way. Like every single thing, like I will convince myself that it's the right thing to do. And it's what? And the other way too, right? Like it's crazy to me that people can be so sided,
Yeah.
And there's been people who have flip-flopped too. And that should be proof enough to be like, oh, like. Well,
the parties have changed dramatically. I mean, because
big time.
I mean, I'm honest about it. First term Obama, I voted for the guy. I thought it was, significant. And I think it was something that needed to happen. And then, I hated George W. Bush by the end of his second term. And, it's just, I'm just going to, but now everyone's, like you said, flip-flopping, and it's just, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. So I just stay in the middle, and I make fun of everybody.
That is all you can do.
Yeah. And how could you not make fun of this president? Like Saturday Night Live should be having a field day with this dude. I know Kyle Dunnigan's doing shit online, but.
Oh, his shit's hilarious.
Oh, he's great.
Fresh prez of DC.
The fresh prez of DC. That's right.
Dude, hilarious.
And he's doing it. I mean, he's so goddamn talented.
Funny.
Yeah, he's fucking great. Let me pull it up real quick. Should have had it. I should have had it in the Ready to Rock. Fine. Go look online. You can find it. So yeah, I guess we're supposed to be out by today. This is coming out tomorrow. So who knows what will happen from now until tomorrow. So yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, anything can happen at this point. It's going to get worse, I think. I don't know how this guy's going to finish out his term, dude. Like, we're 8 months into his presidency, and he's just falling apart.
It's like, he ain't going 8 years. He's not going inside. There's no fucking way.
There's no way. That guy, I don't think, honestly, I don't make it. I'm predicting, I could be wrong. He won't make it past this year.
Oh, you don't think so? You think like health-wise?
Health-wise, because the presidency ages you, and this guy's already
big time.
Yeah, I mean, I already talked about this on Monday, but I mean, look at Bill Clinton, look at Barack Obama, look at George Bush at the end of their term. From the beginning, they had a full head of colored hair, and then they're all gray by the end.
Right. Well, fucking look at anyone over an 8-year difference, you know?
Look at me. I look like shit. I saw a photo of me 10 years ago. I was like, damn, I used to be a good looking guy.
I might have lost you. Oh, there you
Yeah,
are.
that was perfect. I
Sorry.
was just talking about myself anyway. So I was online yesterday and it was on my Twitter feed. And I see this video of this 11-year-old girl named Nadia Bushell. I think that's how you pronounce it. And she's jamming with the Foo Fighters. Did you see this? It's fucking insane.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Like, I mean,
Awesome.
she's 11 years old. And I mean, she's just jamming.
She had the back and forth video with Dave Grohl. Have you seen that? Like prior to this. So there's like a backstory too. Okay.
I went down to, I was not aware of this girl. So I went down a rabbit hole watching every single one of her videos. I'm pulling it up here on the screen.
Yep.
And I'll just pull up to the part where she's just jamming. I don't know if you can't
awesome.
hear.
No, I can't.
Yeah, it's just a visual. You don't need to hear it. You can go on YouTube and find it. But she's just, and I was, first of all, I'd be scared shitless at age 11 and be in front of a sold out forum.
Right?
And she's just fucking confident and not missing a beat. Yeah. And I was like looking around. I was like, is Taylor Hawkins playing? And he's like, no, it's just all her.
Yep. It's crazy.
So I go down these rabbit holes of, I mean, she's an amazing talent musician. She's cute. And, and then it's definitely like, it inspires you. It also makes me realize I'm a piece of shit, that she could play every musical instrument. And I barely can play the guitar. Barely.
Yep. I think we're in the same boat now. And I went to college for recording arts. So that's
embarrassing.
That's how far I've come.
But even you're
I mean,
you can do like production and all the, videos. Like I can't even do that.
And that's definitely where I lean towards, because I started meeting all these people that are just so fucking good, and I'm just like, oh,
like look at her. This is the guy from Arctic Monkeys, the drummer, and that's her. And she's like literally like, and she's playing this complicated thing, and she's just hanging with this dude.
Yeah, she's gonna be very successful if she can like keep this up and like give a shit, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, okay, this leads me into the next thing here. You're a parent. I'm not.
Sure am.
But I was going down these rabbit holes with this girl, and I'm thinking to myself, and these videos are like really well produced. She seems very mature for her age 11. She's getting a lot of attention, a lot of internet attention, and obviously like celebrities are reaching out to her and all that. But would you put your kid out there like this? Like, I'm curious.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I think like if I knew who her parents were, like what do her parents, are they some way tied into the music industry? Like, is there a clear answer on that? Or are they just like,
well, I did my homework.
Throwing their daughter out there.
I literally watched probably 2 hours of this girl's stuff.
Yeah.
And her dad manages her. Her mom and dad are in the life, and they look like they're close knit family. Like she has like a brother that's 3 years younger. That's fucking amazing too. Like he can play every instrument too.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, but they're like, I guess the dad used to be in a band, and he used to start jamming with them when they were like 5 years old, and they just got really good. And he was just constantly videotaping and blogging, and it just became, a thing on the internet.
God damn.
So the reason why I bring this up, because, it's, I for some reason or another, last week, I wanted to know what happened to Jared Fogle. So I was Googling Jared Fogle, the subway guy, the disgraced subway guy. And then I put it in YouTube, like if there was any updates, like what's going on with this guy. And next thing you know, I'm getting To Catch a Predator recommendations and like all this
sure.
Hansen versus Predator. And I start watching all of them because it's fascinating to see these grown men coming to pick up on, to pry on these kids. And that's the internet. That's where we're headed. Where, there's scumbags everywhere. I mean, they had one sting operation in Fort Myers, and they caught like 8 dudes in 2 days of just online chatting with these 14, 13-year-olds they think they are. and it's creepy. So I'm just saying, as a parent, man, like, but then on the flip side of that, like, she's getting, like, she's, you know, she obviously loves playing music, and she's getting attention from like her idols, like Rage Against the Machine. She was at Tom Morello's house. Like, she's on stage at the Forum, Foo Fighters. And so it's like, I don't know. You just got to be a good parent. I don't know.
Yeah. But like a good parent in that case just means like whatever, because there's going to be some sort of money, some sort of sponsorship, something coming along the way. And that's where you're just like, well, I could get us a nice house, or I could lock it up for you till you're 18, like you're fucking supposed to do, you know?
Yeah. Well, she's already like sponsored by
it's a pivotal moment. You could become a, oh, okay. See, like I was going to say, it's a pivotal moment because you could become Jamie Spears and just get that conservatorship going and just ride it.
Yeah. Or you can go Joe Jackson and, you know, fuck up your kid for life. And next thing you know, your kid's molesting kids.
But if that was sold to you in the way of saying like, well, if you do this, your son could own his own amusement park when he grows up. It's like, that doesn't sound bad. It's all the baggage that comes with it.
Yeah. Everything else that goes on in that amusement park behind closed doors. I don't know. But then here's the other side of it. Like, I was watching all these videos because I was thoroughly entertained by this young girl and her talent. So she's making me happy. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm trying to. This sounds like one of those dumb terrestrial radio morning shows. Like, what would you do as a parent? Call in 1-800-YO-ROVER.
Yeah.
My podcast is turning into a shitty morning show.
God damn.
Oh. Okay, so I teased this, and are you able to put this in here like right now of the Dennis Rodman?
Yes. Like just the whole.
Yeah, just the whole thing.
Yeah. Just
to give it context. So here it is. This is a joke I did on Live at Gotham. It's also on my album Reckless Operation, which, by the way, if you're out there, you want to support me, go sign up to Pandora, make a PlayStation with my albums, and Spotify. You can stream it. You don't even have to buy it. Just stream it like 1,000,000 times so I can make $10.
Even though I don't drink, I think everybody should drink as much as they possibly can at least one moment in their life. Take it to the limit. Could save your life. Yeah. I have nothing to back that up with, but I have a story. 4.5 years ago, I drank as much as I possibly could, and I was at a strip club. I was in the woman's restroom. I was making out with a naked woman who did not work there. I'm pretty sure that's loitering. I don't know what it is. It's bad business, I'll tell you that right now. That's like if you go to a Quiznos and there's a guy in a Subway uniform giving away $5 footlongs in the bathroom. It's bad business. So I'm making out with this lady, and a bouncer guy comes walking in. He's one of those diehard bouncers. He's always wanted to be a bouncer. You know that guy? Well, he wanted to be a cop, but he has a criminal record, so now he has to be a bouncer, right? Right, shaved head, goatee, kind of looks like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's 5'7", big muscle, small penis, probably a racist. I don't know. So he walks in, he sees me, he's like, "Hey, pal, you're not supposed to be in here." And I'm drunk, and I'm like, "Sorry, man, my bad, I didn't know." And he's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Chad Zumock," like that's gonna do something. And he's like, "No, it's not. Your name's Todd. I know who you are." And I'm so drunk, I'm like, "It is?" And he goes, "Yeah, and you owe me a lot of money for that cocaine, you son of a bitch." I'm like, "What?" Throws me up against the wall right when he's about to punch me in the face. I swear to God, walking into the restroom was NBA legend Dennis Rodman from out of nowhere. We're both going, "Is that Dennis Rodman?" Rodman, without hesitation, says this. He goes, "Hey, you put him down." Like the Lord sent Dennis Rodman on my behalf. Like he's my guardian angel. Like he's my Michael Landon from Highway to Heaven. He's there to save me. Without Victor French. So actually, this happens. I wake up the next day. You ever wake up the next day after you've been drinking, you're just trying to piece stuff together? You're like a hungover Columbo going, "Did I really drive from Canada to Florida? Did I see Dennis Rodman? I don't know." No one's going to believe this story. I'm never going to tell it. Until 4 months later, I'm at a mall. I see a woman with a baby and a man. The man kisses her on the cheek. She walks away. I'm like, how do I know this woman? I walk up to her. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, how do I know you? She turns around. She goes, ah! Like she just saw Patrick Swayze in Ghost or Patrick Swayze now. Either, a lot of Roadhouse fans. That's fine. Nobody puts baby in a corner forever. Love Swayze. Anyways, she's like, ah! I'm like, sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to scare you. I thought I knew who you were. She goes, yeah, you do. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, and that night in that hotel room with you and that stripper and Dennis Rodman, that's not who I am anymore. I'm a wife and I'm a mother. So now I get confirmation Dennis Rodman was there that evening. Turns out I may or may not have had a gangbang with a stripper in Cleveland, Ohio with Dennis Rodman, and that's when I was glad I drank as much as I possibly could, because you don't want to remember a gangbang with Dennis Rodman. That guy does not play by the rules. Thank you so much. My name's Dave Chappelle. Thank you, John Cena.
All right, so I did this bit, right? And I isolated it. I was closing on it for a long time. I was always getting applause breaks. And I thought, okay, this is going to be my machine story. This is my machine story, and it's going to go viral, and I'm going to be the next. And it's barely clocked. It's not even at 1,000 views. Nobody gives a shit. But this story happened to me. And I remember I was still on the radio back in Cleveland. And I remember coming in that Monday and telling that story on air. And the phones just went crazy. And Alan's go, that's a crazy story. I go, yeah, man. I mean, I was like, I don't even know if it happened. That's how drunk I was. So, okay, this is the truth. Because you know how sometimes stand-up comedy is exaggerated and you got to make it funny. Like, I'm sure the machine, he took some creative liberties on making the story better. I also did the same. So, because some people will like say online, like, oh, this is a lie. I'll tell you, everything in what you just heard, everything happened. All the way up to me blacking out, waking up the next day going, holy shit, what happened? That's all true. What's also true is about a year and a half after that, I ran into that woman with the baby at the mall over by, what's the mall? Beechwood Mall. Okay. And she recognized me. And we start talking. She goes, I was hanging out with you that night. You remember we were at Dennis Rodman? I was like, oh my God. But we were being cool. There wasn't no like, yeah. I made the ending weird just so I can set it up that we may or may not have had a gangbang with Dennis Rodman. And so anyways, we were laughing about it. And in fact, at one point she had like the baby in the stroller. I go, hey, that's not mine, is it? Like, it's a joke. And she laughed and it was just like, and I laughed and I go, I never asked her what happened at the end of the night. Like we just kind of laughed about it. I go, what actually happened? Because it's still a mystery to me. Mm-hmm. So, okay, this is 100% true. This is what I'm about to tell you. I was doing Misery Loves Company yesterday with Kevin, and I was sitting here, and I got an email pop-up notification, and I said, I'll just read it after the show. And it's from a guy named Mike. I won't give out his last name. And he just says, hey, dude, I got a crazy story you might want to hear. It's about Tracy. I'm not going to give out her last name either. And I'm like, Tracy, who? Like, I don't know who this is. So I go, I'm sorry that, I write back, I don't know who that is. And he writes me back going, she's the girl from your Dennis Rodman story. I got some updates that you might want to hear. Here's my phone number. Give me a call. And he sent a photo of her and her with the kid and him. So I go, okay, that's her. Yeah. So he does know her. So I call the dude and he goes, hey man, what's up? Mm-hmm. He goes, well, first of all, I'm a big fan of your comedy. And I found out through my ex-fiance, Tracy, who you were, because she caught wind of you telling that story. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I go, ex-fiance? He goes, yep. And I go, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear about that. He's like, don't be. You're going to want to hear this story. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he goes, first and foremost, he goes, I want to let you know that she was a stripper at that, she was a stripper at the club. And I go, that's probably why she was naked. So I'm assuming she ended up getting fired that night. She ended up getting fired. And what happened was he told me the story about afterwards, she told him that she went back to my hotel room and I just passed out. and she left. And I guess earlier in the evening, Dennis Rodman he took her phone number and it was texting her to come hang out at his hotel room party. So she went and partied with Dennis Rodman. And I was like, damn. So I was like, so what happened? He goes, nothing. She just partied with Dennis Rodman. I go, oh, okay. And he goes, well, here's the clinker. Couple of months ago, I got back from my work trip. I came home a day early to surprise her. And by the way, he goes, that kid, he was helping raise that kid. That wasn't even his kid.
Oh, okay.
And he gets home and he catches her in bed with his best friend.
God damn.
Yeah. So, obviously he throws her ass out, no longer friends with the friend. Her former best friend gets in touch with him and they start talking. So this is where it gets crazy. She goes, oh yeah, they were just like kind of sharing stories. And she goes, Tracy fucked Dennis Rodman, right? And he goes, what? And he goes, yeah, she told me a long time ago that she fucked Dennis Rodman and the guy from the radio.
Oh my God.
So
it confirmed?
Confirmed. He goes, so I was like, okay, I went first, right? I didn't follow Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Could you find that detail out?
So I was like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing ever. And he goes, he 100% believes it because she was sleeping with his best friend and she obviously lied about it. How crazy is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just
That's
like, wow,
hilarious.
I know what happened now. It took me 10 years, but I know. But yeah, the guy's
now you just got to run into Dennis Rodman.
I gotta talk to Dennis. Anybody know Dennis? Where's Dennis Rodman? We got to talk about this. So I don't know. I thought that was crazy. I just wanted to share that.
Wouldn't be scared to share the details.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just one of those things. Like I remember when it happened. Like I was so drunk that it just didn't even seem real. Like imagine just being in a bathroom and then in Cleveland. And Dennis Rodman comes walking in. Like, from where?
He's just there.
How did this happen? But yeah,
it's
so
an incredible story. I go ahead.
No. So, for people that wanted to know whatever happened with that, I never knew, but now I know. So now I might have to like bring that bit back and somehow extend the bit. I don't tell it anymore. I haven't told it in years.
Yeah, that would be worth it.
Yeah, because it's got a crazier ending. But then it almost seems like it's now it seems like it's more exaggerated. But it's all reality. It's crazy. Do you see the story about this this mom?
Oh man.
This TikToker mom? I'm trying to pull it up. I'm trying to find it. She basically
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Basically she went to the gym and she was wearing a sports bra and they basically told her like, hey dude, that's not proper gym attire, get the fuck out of here. So she went to TikTok and started crying saying they fat shamed her and she's a victim now. I'm just like, come on already. What are we doing?
Is she fat?
No, she kind of has like a gut. I'm trying to pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
All right, sorry about this. But that's why we TikTok.
I just wonder if it was like someone fit, in shape, would they have asked her to leave?
That's what she's claiming, I guess. That's the story. Where the fuck is it? I just had it. Oh, influencer fat shamed on camera. Well, no, I don't remember what. God damn it. This is not good. I don't know what the hell happened. Oh, here it is. For showing her belly.
What?
Here, let me pull it up. It's fucking. I watched this video and I was just like, I hate this woman. Here it is.
I hate this woman.
Yeah, so women kicked out of gym for showing her belly, and she's crying on TikTok. You can go find the video online.
Oh God!
But a woman has posted an emotional video
to
claiming she has been forced to leave her local gym for flashing her belly. She said
they might have mistaked her forehead for her belly.
Yeah, I don't know what Shelby. Her name's Shelby, I guess. Showed a little stomach. She was showing in her right waist leggings and a sports bra. I went to do my workout, but 15 minutes in, when I was on the treadmill, they told her she had to leave, basically. So she's online saying she's embarrassed, and it's it's she's just these fucking everyone's complaining online now, and I'm just getting tired of it.
Well, that's the place to go,
Yeah, but it's just like places have policies, okay?
Leave a Yelp, leave a shitty Yelp review.
Fuck the people that leave Yelp reviews too. Fuck them.
Dude, that and who leaves a Google review, by the way? Like when you're looking up a business, right? Like you're looking up like on maps, like, okay, how far away is this place? Like who goes back to that, finds that same place and leaves a fucking Google review? I don't understand that.
I just did the Boca Black Box Theater. Shout out Boca Chuck for coming out. And I was talking to Randy, the owner, and over on Boca, the other coast of Florida, where Fort Lauderdale is, and Miami, and they have like Democratic mayors and governors, so they're like having a tough time with COVID restrictions. Like I mean, everybody over there was wearing like a mask, like indoors. It was crazy, but and businesses are struggling in general, especially comedy clubs in that area. And he's like small business. He's busting his ass. He's telling me because of everything's going up, like gas prices, like even liquor costs. So like, because we're giving out money left and right. So there's going to be a price to pay. So he's just trying to get by. And the other day, because of social distancing rules, it was raining out. And the lady was like, kind of like, she was in the doorway, and he's trying to abide by these dumb rules that we came up with for this.
Right. Yeah. Follow the arrow on the ground.
Yeah. All this bullshit. And she didn't like how he told her to move out of the way. So she left us, blasted him on Yelp. I'm like, you're leaving a Yelp review when this guy's busting his ass to stay open? You cunt. You stupid bitch.
Yep. That's what you can do now.
We got to take the power away. We got to take all this shit away.
Have you ever watch was it Black Mirror?
Is it any good? I see it all the time.
Oh yeah, I love it. But there's an episode that like essentially like these people like they have like this credit based system for you yourself. It's like you can like someone, right? So like everything depends on their own credit, if that makes sense. Like their social credit, I guess, is what, and so it's the same thing. Like, it just seems like that's where it's headed. Like, oh, I didn't get enough likes today that I'm not going to be able to go through the drive-thru on my way home. It got to that point in the Black Mirror episode where like you needed that to be able to afford a plane ride or whatever. Like,
I would declare social,
and that's way out.
I would declare social credit bankruptcy. What? I'm like, I used to care about that shit. I really used to care, but now I don't care. I really don't like likes and all that shit. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, you don't care. You're not even on social media.
Fuck that. Yeah. No, I don't need any of that. Because I think like ultimately you would care. Well, I don't know if you do, but like if you put out something that you spent a lot of time on doing, you care if people just troll you for sure.
Oh, like, no, I mean, yeah, you're right. Okay. No. If there's something I'm proud of and it gets a good response, I'm happy about that. Obviously.
Right. I guess like everything else, like I don't really care to hear the fake niceness either, like, oh my God, that's so cool for like, just like a life achievement. I'm not going to share a life achievement on social media.
Like I did a video that I to this day, I'm still proud of about, it's called the wedding proposal. It's on my YouTube channel. Go hit subscribe, guys. It's on there, but I was so proud of this video. Like I wrote it, I directed it, and the people that I showed it, they loved it too. It was basically a guy proposing to this woman, and you could go watch the video and it just goes, it falls apart completely. But I was like, it's like one of the few things, and it didn't do that well. Like it did pretty well on Twitter. Like I think it was getting shared on Twitter left and right, but YouTube, it didn't do that well. But I was kind of bummed out when that didn't do well on YouTube.
YouTube's hard. Like, I feel like you have to really push YouTube, trying to get it in front of people rather than like relying on suggested videos, and people finding it or stumbling across. But speaking of that, like, how's your Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok? Still going strong?
No, we came to somewhat of a halt. I think that all these, the guy who helped me run it, Atticus, he wanted me to do more Aldi videos, and I just didn't have it in me anymore. I was like, I already did it. Like, I don't want to be known as the Aldi guy, and I get it went viral, like 3 million views, 2 million views, 1 million, but I don't want to just keep hammering that joke. It's like, okay, Aldi's shitty, we get it, and so we put up the wedding proposal thing that didn't do as hot, it didn't do bad, but it's such a build that it just, people's attention spans aren't there to, like, they don't give a fuck. They want like 10 seconds. If you don't make me laugh in 10 seconds, I'm moving on to the next video.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe I'll hire Nadia's father to help me run my social media.
There you go.
Maybe teach me the drums in the meantime. Now, this is a segment on the show I want to keep doing since I live in Florida. I'm calling it Florida Rocks. And I'm going to bring up news stories like this one. Toddler shoots mom dead in Florida. So this is, I know you're a parent, so I like to bring up these feel-good stories. So basically, this woman was on a Zoom call, and all of a sudden, it says a Florida mother was fatally shot by her toddler while on a Zoom video call for work, prompting one of her colleagues to call 911.
Oh, fuck.
She was killed in her apartment, and one of her two toddlers picked up an unsecured loaded handgun and shot her in the head, according to police. Now, so the woman called 911. She saw Lynn, the woman, fall backward and then saw blood. So she's bleeding or whatever. She's dead. So her kid killed her. And I'm just thinking, like, as soon as I read that, I just want to like look behind me now. Like, every time I do something, I'm going to be looking behind me. It's crazy.
I'm stuck. Obviously, like, the parent side, like, how the fuck can this kid even get a gun? But then, like, on the other side, the way immature side, I'm just wondering what her job was.
Like, just like what she was doing at work.
Yeah.
That she had to do it over Zoom.
Yeah. Like, just those stupid fucking meetings.
Maybe it was a podcast. Maybe she was an influencer. She's on Patreon like me. And how would that would suck? Like the kid growing up now, because I doubt he'll be charged with murder. Would he? I don't know. The kid. I mean, the kid's like a kid.
I doubt it.
So
yeah.
You grow up.
Wait, how old did you say?
Oh, I forgot let me pull it back up. I don't know if it said the age of the kid, just said toddler.
Okay. See, because it's a toddler, right? So like 5 or under, right? 3 to 5.
Yeah. Is that what a toddler is?
Yeah. You're not going to charge a tot.
Do you have a toddler?
I think I should know, right?
Yeah. You got to look into this.
I
gun
do.
Laws.
He's 3. I just don't know where it tops out.
You need to look at gun laws, since this could be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, his tantrums can get bad, but he's never threatened to shoot me.
Now that's going to be weird for this kid growing up now, because like he's talking to somebody like, hey, what's your mom and dad do? Oh, well, my mom died. Well, how? I shot her in the head. I was like 3. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, come on. I mean,
oh my God.
Kids will be kids. Come on. Cut me a break. I killed my mom.
Just no nap that day.
But it's always in Florida, like this crazy shit happening. Like Florida's the place of crazy. It's
right. Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
That's why that's why I wonder, like, okay, what is the mom's job, where like she's got some job that she can do remotely. So it's got to be something administrative maybe, or, or I guess a cam girl. I don't fucking know. Wouldn't that be funny? A private Zoom meeting. And
she was a cam girl. That's her job. That'd be hilarious.
Some guy paying to watch her and just got like way more than he paid for.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was the girl that I was with Dennis Rodman that evening with? Her kid. She moved to Florida and her kid shot her. That's how that story ends.
God damn. Yeah, was the kid smoking bath salts?
Yeah. You know what? That kid got revenge for Casey Anthony's daughter.
Oh yeah, right. Even the score 1-1.
That happened in Florida. By the way, I want to meet her so bad. I always see she's was somewhere. She was in Boca a couple of weeks ago. She's in Orlando.
I think she'd been in Columbus, Ohio for a while, hadn't she? Or was that just rumor?
No, she was because she had that. There was that famous photo of her wearing the Ohio State jersey. So she was there.
And when I went to college in Orlando is when all this was going on.
Oh, okay.
And so one time I went, flying into Cleveland from Orlando. There's some other kid wearing a Full Sail sweatshirt on, which is the college I went to. So I sat next to him. We were just chit chatting, all that stuff. We get on the plane, fly all the way there. Plane lands. We get off. I see him again. We start talking, and someone from behind us, a mom from behind us, yells to her kid to slow down. She says, "Kaylee, slow down." That was the name, right?
Whoa!
And so, and I look at him, because we're living through it. We're in Orlando. I'm like, well, huh? How about that? And he goes, "You want to see something crazy?" I was like, "That? How do you follow up with that?" I'm like, "Of course I do." He shows me a notification from the judge or whatever for that whole trial. He's got to attend and testify because his roommate was one of Casey Anthony's boyfriends. So he was like, I literally babysat that girl before.
What?
Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
Holy.
And I'm sure nothing happened to him, but I'm sure he had a lot of information about her just being like a party animal and shit.
Casey Anthony is allegedly trying to lead a normal life 10 years on from her not guilty verdict in South Florida. That's where I'm at, baby.
Hey.
In 2021, she emerged in the spotlight once again when she was involved in a massive bar brawl. Drinks were reportedly thrown at O'Shea's Irish Pub in West Palm Beach. I was there when I was at West Palm Beach. We missed each other.
So close.
This is the woman I want to date. She's got stories. She's got a
drive.
Yeah. She can get out of legal situations.
No shit.
Acquitted.
No shit.
Plus she's hot.
Yeah, it's a shame to see something like that happen to her. Yeah.
Poor girl.
Her parents seemed just as fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problems for them either.
Listen, it's like OJ. He had a terrible night. Something happened. He learned from it. He never killed again. Same with her. You move on. You move on.
She comes out with her own "If I Had Done It" book.
Yeah. Listen, being a parent's hard, right?
Fucking tell me about it. It's I always growing up, you'd see the billboards of hey, reminder, don't shake a baby. I was like, who the fuck needs that reminder? And now at this age, I'm driving around looking for those billboards. It makes sense. It makes sense. I know they're not old enough to argue with me, but they're giving me a lot of fucking lip right now. They just won't shut up.
I hear these testimonials.
I told one guy that.
Go ahead.
No. I told one guy that we were talking about a different podcast, and it was him and his buddy. He owns a tattoo shop down here, and his buddy who played for Cincinnati FC, the Major League Soccer team. So I'm sitting down with them talking about this, and I said that just jokingly, of course, about, oh, it makes sense, shake a baby, and they were both like crickets, just I was like, oh, okay, so that's who they think I am now. That I'm gonna go home and do that. What? How do you put your kid to bed?
Shake the shit out of them. Shake them like a Polaroid picture. Never shake a baby. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Sit Down Zumach podcast. Again, if you feel so obligated, you want to help out with the podcast, sign up to the Patreon. But if you can't, you're having a situation financially because Prices are going through the roof. Do me a favor, 5-star review on the iTunes. Hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. Share my Dennis Rodman video, would you? And get it up to 1,000. And watch it 1 million times so I can be the next machine.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Tyler, you got any plugs? Just your website?
Perfect.
For video work?
Just my website. Yeah, man.
Oh, and chadzumach.com, guys. Brand new website. Lock and loaded. I got more stuff coming. I'm going to have a store coming. I have all kinds of great things ahead. I'm not going to be doing stand-up for the next 3 weeks. I'm off, and I'm going to be working on the podcast. Like, I'm going to be focused in on this, trying to get a guest for next week, and just making it better, building it brick by brick. So thank you again for all your support. You can always sign up to Misery Loves Football for this upcoming football season. We're going to have to get you. You love football, so we got to get you on.
Fucking yeah. No, I'm pumped. But the last time the Browns went undefeated in the preseason, we went 0-16 in the regular season. So
it's not going to. It's a different time.
No, it's a totally different feeling too.
Yeah, I mean, we're going in with momentum. I mean, we just talked to Joe Bartnick on the football podcast, and basically I said, when we beat the Steelers last year, that was our Super Bowl. It really was. I was fucking
for sure.
I was
to make it to the next round of the playoffs
against the Steelers,
right?
So,
and we beat them a week prior.
Yeah, and then we beat them to advance in their own home stadium against Ben Roethlisberger. It was beautiful, gorgeous, nice, perfect,
awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Even from the first snap.
Yeah, there it was. No, I was just wrapping up, guys. But thank you again for listening. That's a wrap. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.